Narcissists hate people in general. Why? Because they hate themselves and they project this hatred on the collective. But there are certain types of people they hate the most, like they can't stand their presence at all. They're repelled by them like the same poles of a magnet repel each other. But who are these people and why this strong hatred towards them? Let's find out in today's episode. I am Danish, a psychologist and a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. In today's episode, you will learn about 7 types of people narcissist hates the most. If that sounds interesting and you're eager to learn more, please make sure to subscribe before we begin, because your subscription to this channel helps in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. Number 1, they hate authentic people. Why? Because authentic people can read and see through their facade and fakeness. Authentic people do not fall for their crap like love bombing. It's nauseating and disgusting to them, since they can feel the fakeness of it. They know this aura is nothing but toxic. That fakeness, that niceness, that charm of a narcissist doesn't appeal to them, for they have worked a lot on their traumas and they know there are no cracks for the narcissist to seep in through. They are who they want to be. Their inner matches with their outer. They have integrity. They're honest and they are not afraid of expressing their opinions regardless of whether the narcissist likes them or not. A narcissist's life is nothing but a big lie. They live in an illusion which is reinforced through their delusions. But when they come across an authentic person who shows them a mirror, the bubble bursts, and that shatters the castle they had built in the thin air, which you and I both know a narcissist does not like. So they do not like your authenticity. Another reason is their inside has to match their outside. If everything within is a lie, everything without has to be a lie as well. You have to just play along. You have to become a part of their fantasy, making it a shared fantasy. The moment you say, no, that's not what I want, that's not who I am, and that's not what I like, is the moment you deceive them. Number 2, narcissists hate brave people because they are cowards. They hate your resilience, which is why they try everything they can to bring you down. They can't see you being strong because it reminds them of their own weaknesses. They recruit flying monkeys and enablers to send across your way only to keep you entangled, only to keep you busy with all the mess they try to create later when you leave them. They can't see you flying away. They can't see you standing for a cause. They can't see you openly speaking about your emotions. They can't see you owning your mistakes because they can't do it. Owning your mistakes, reflecting, taking responsibility are all acts of bravery. It takes a lot of courage to acknowledge one's wrongdoings. And when you do it, they feel like a failure. Deep down, they want that authenticity. The idea of it is alluring, but their false self does not allow it to become their reality. And you know, if a narcissist cannot have it, what will they do? They will try to take it away. If they can't take it away, then they will destroy it. That is exactly what they try to do with your bravery. Number 3, they hate big-minded, visionary, and independent people who make their dreams a reality, unlike a narcissist who only loves to live in their delusions of grandeur. They hate these visionaries for leaving a big impact in this world, for changing hundreds of lives, because they can't do it. They want to, but they can't, since it only remains a delusion in their head. While as when a visionary, when you try to do it and make it possible, that makes them feel like a failure. Their grandiosity tells them, oh, you are great, you can make anything possible. Here is your business plan. Now do it. They do not put in the efforts to make their words a reality. And they hate it when you are able to come up with a plan and to create your reality with your own hands. They hate that they do not have that kind of power, which is also the reason why they find these big-minded people, visionaries, independent people only to bring them down, to destroy them. Number 4, they hate truth tellers. They cannot stand them because they are not willing to enable their fake self. They say things as they are. If they see dysfunction, they will call it dysfunction. If they feel injustice, they will call it unjust. They're not willing to play along. Therefore, they are marked as a black sheep. They're marked as an enemy. Then everybody in a narcissistic family, for example, comes together to abuse them, to humiliate them, to gaslight them into thinking that you are the odd one out, you're the weirdo, you're the one who sees a problem with the family when the problem is you. Therefore, you'll be cast out, you will be punished, and you will be abandoned by every single person because you did not choose to be a part of this cult. Their truth-telling capability saves their sanity, but at the expense of what? Their stability. They never get to experience any peace in such a family since they're targeted left, right, and center. Narcissist does not like those who show them a mirror, for reality is nothing but an aggression to them. When you tell them the truth, you're basically attacking their false self. You're hurting them, and they can't take that well. You are an extension. You have to abandon yourself and take their super self as your primary self. When you do not do that, being a black sheep, you get punished, you get traumatized, and you get shamed. Number 5, they hate people who are happy, those who experience joy, who can live life in a way that is not natural to narcissists. Narcissists want to see you suffer. That makes them feel in control, especially when that suffering has been inflicted by them. They are sadistic in that they feel good when they see you crying because of them, when they see you thinking constantly about the thing they said or did to you, when you blossom like a flower, when you cheer up, when you live your life the way you should live it, and they're not the conductor of it all, they feel jealous, they feel abandoned, they feel taken for granted. And you know, out of their punitive nature, what do? They try to burn it all down. Which is the reason why you can never ever be genuinely happy around a narcissist. No matter how much you separate yourself from them while living in the same house, let's say, you will not be able to experience joy or be satisfied with your life, be chaos free. They will do things directly or indirectly to trouble you, and that is what will ruin your happiness. They can't stand you be carefree. They have to keep you worrying and keep you worrying about the relationship you are in with them or the things they say or do to you. Number 6, they hate vulnerable people, those who can express their emotions, those who are not afraid of being fragile. Vulnerability is what they run away from. They do not want to be perceived as weak. They do not want to self-pity. And that is the reason why when you cry, they do not want to do anything with you. They are disgusted by you. They do not want to be associated with you. They feel, nausea sometimes. Literally, you can see it happening. They just feel so repelled that they just want to go away. They shame you. They put you down. Or say, be done with your drama already. I know your tears are fake. You're trying to get my attention. Slowly, with time, your vulnerability is labeled as oversensitivity. Anytime you express your emotions, you try to connect with them, sit with them, and deal with the issue, you are labeled as crazy. Oh, you know how to exaggerate things. You know how to make a mountain out of molehill. You know how to make me feel guilty. Your only job is to criticize me. No matter what I do for you, you'll always find faults. This is what you get to hear. And slowly you start thinking that maybe I am crazy for feeling all these things. And what happens next? You learn to dissociate from your emotions. You numb yourself out. You silence yourself. You stop expressing yourself. Anytime there's a problem in a relationship, you automatically assume that you must have done something wrong. And that is how a major disconnection is created within your identity. I call it identity paralysis. This is the disintegration that happens inside a survivor's brain. Number 7 and the last one, they hate creative people because they can only imitate, not create. They can only steer, not feel. Creativity, in my opinion, is the highest, the biggest expression of divinity in a human being, and it takes connection with self for you to be creative, for you to give birth to something that has never been created before, never known before, never seen before, never heard before, never felt before. It is one of a kind, and that is anti-narcissism. Narcissists are fake. They only know how to take away. They only know how to mirror you. They only know how to copy your likes and dislikes and make them their own. When you express your creativity, they feel unpredictability. Unpredictability is a narcissist's kryptonite. They do not know how to gauge it, how to approach it, how to control it. It can go in any direction. It can turn into anything. And that makes them feel really, really anxious. They panic. And what do they do out of it? They try to steal it. They try to manipulate you into trusting them so that you can give your ideas very easily to this exploitative individual so that they can make them their own, which is unfortunately what happens at a lot of workplaces in situations where you are involved in some form of a business relationship with a narcissist or maybe a personal situation. They love to know what's going on in here, especially when you are creative, because they want to squeeze all the juice out and drink it in. But still, because of who they are and how empty they are, it's never ever enough. Which one of these people are you? Drop your type in the comments below, and who knows, you may be able to validate and resonate with a lot of other people. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening. I'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.